Hi, Jung. I'm 64. Everyone says I'm too picky, that at this age I should just be grateful to have a man next to me and stop asking for more. I've been seeing someone people call my boyfriend, but every time I hang up the phone after talking to him, my body feels heavier. My chest is tight, my head is tired, and I still have to smile and tell everyone that I'm fine. I honestly don't know if I'm being too demanding or if I'm actually trying to save myself.
I've heard that question from many women your age. Others call them difficult, but I see something else, a deeper part inside them that finally refuses to pay the old price. After 60, the question is no longer, do I have a boyfriend or not? But rather, am I still willing to trade my peace and my intuition for a few leftover crumbs of attention? In this video, I want to walk with you and women like you through 5 very honest truths about what a boyfriend-style relationship can do to your nervous system, your health, and your inner maturity when you've already lived an entire lifetime. Not to make you hate men, but to help you see clearly the price you're paying every time you choose to shrink yourself, just so you won't be alone. And we'll begin with the first reason how this seemingly harmless role of boyfriend quietly forces you to make yourself smaller than who you really are. Let's start with the first thing. A man walks into your life and people call him your boyfriend. It sounds harmless, but the role of boyfriend often comes with an old rule book. You should be fun. You should be easygoing. Don't talk about aging illness money or fear. In your 20s, you may have accepted that rulebook, laughing things off, hiding the deeper parts of yourself, believing that love should be light. But now, this body has been through divorce, loss, sleepless nights, caring for children, for sick relatives, for your own survival. When you enter a relationship where only half of your real self is allowed in the room, the other half doesn't disappear. It just gets locked away in the tension in your back, the weight in your chest, in the nights you stare at the ceiling, knowing you aren't being fully yourself. The first reason a woman over 60 should be very cautious about taking on the role of boyfriend in her life is that this role can easily demand that she shrink her own truth just to keep someone else comfortable. The question is not, am I too difficult, but rather, how much more of myself am I willing to make small just so I don't have to say I'm alone? At a certain age, your energy is no longer something you can afford to waste. Every phone call, every meeting has a cost. Many relationships begin warmly, someone to talk to laugh with, someone who checks in every night. But then very slowly, almost without sound, the balance begins to tilt. He calls more and more, not to ask, "How are you doing?" but to unload on you his anger at his ex-wife, his frustration with his children, his fear of getting sick, his financial mess. You become an emotional transit station. This end of the line carries all the weight. That end hangs up the phone and sleeps better. Every time you hang up, ask yourself a very simple question. Does my body feel lighter or heavier? If again and again the answer is always heavier, your body is telling you something very clearly. This is not love, this is unpaid emotional labor with no retirement plan. After 60, anything that leaves you feeling less safe, more tired, or more exposed in your own body deserves to be looked at very seriously. That's the second reason a so-called boyfriend can quietly turn you into an emotional nurse, even though your heart and your body have already worked hard enough for more than one lifetime. When a woman enters this stage of life, many things inside her begin to move. She may go to therapy for the first time, read about her childhood, her old wounds, boundaries, what she truly needs. She starts telling the truth to herself. I have put up with too many silences, too many times being taken for granted. This awakening often makes some men uncomfortable. They love the version of her who was easygoing, quick to forgive, quick to stay quiet. When she starts saying, I don't want this anymore. I need more respect. I cannot keep paying with my mental health. They respond with, you're too complicated. You're overthinking everything. You're not as easy as you used to be. And if she is afraid of losing them, she will do what she has done her whole life, stop right where they feel comfortable. That is how a relationship can freeze her growth. Not through violence, but through small repeated sentences that tell her, don't go any further than this. This is the third reason if a man's presence forces you to stop, at the very point where you're just beginning to understand yourself. The price you pay is not just time, but the entire next chapter in which you could have lived more honestly. Next, let us talk about something very concrete. Money time, your home, your daily rhythm. Many stories begin with, he is just staying a few nights. We will put his name on it. It is easier that way. I will cover this for now. He will pay me back later, and years later, a few nights has become living together. Indefinitely, for convenience has turned into paperwork and entanglement, and he will pay me back, has become promises that never arrive. You spent a lifetime building a space where you finally feel safe. A home, a routine enough, financial stability, not to be completely dependent when a man comes in and slowly takes up space in that structure without truly sharing responsibility. You are using the most precious things you have. At this stage, your home, your health, your nourishing routines, to fund the comfort of someone who may not be willing to stand beside you as an equal. That is the fourth reason after 60. You are not just protecting your heart. You are protecting the rhythm of life you paid for with tears, years, and hard choices. Any relationship that throws your schedule into chaos, exhausts your home, or leaves your finances gasping for air must be questioned. Whose comfort am I spending my life on? Finally, we come to the deepest trap, the fear of having no one. From very early on, many women are taught that their worth is tied to whether someone chooses them later in life. That story becomes even more cruel at your age. If anyone still wants you, you should be grateful. Do not be so picky when you carry that story inside. Any man who walks into your life becomes a test of your value. If he stays, you are still enough. If he leaves, you are expired to avoid that feeling. Many women accept relationships where they receive only leftover attention. A phone call when he is lonely, a hug when he is bored, a compliment when he needs something. But there is no real sense of being seen, being respected, standing as an equal every time you stay in that kind of relationship. And tell yourself, at my age, this is as good as it gets. You are training your nervous system to believe on my own. I am not enough. I only have value when someone even barely still comes back to me. The fifth reason, and the deepest one, is this. If you accept a man just so you do not have to face your fear of being alone, you are handing that fear the power to run your life. The question very few people ever ask you, but I want you to hear today, is what if, in this season of your life, your purpose is not to be chosen by a man, but for the first time, to finally choose yourself? We have walked together through 5 very direct truths, how the role of boyfriend can easily make you shrink who you really are, how it can turn you into an emotional nurse, costing you energy, health, and safety, how it can freeze your awakening, holding you at the level where others feel comfortable, how it seeps into your money, your home, your daily rhythm, the things you spent a lifetime building, and at the deepest level, how it feeds the fear that no one will choose you. So you settle for crumbs of attention. If at any point in this video a sentence touched you or a picture looked like your life, it does not mean you have failed. It simply means a deeper part of you is done paying the old price. I cannot tell you whether you should leave or stay, whether you should have a boyfriend or live on your own. No one outside of you has the right to decide that. But I can invite you to sit quietly for a moment with 3 questions. Not to answer them right away, just to let your body and your heart answer slowly. If I love myself the way I once wished a man would love me, which phone calls would I stop answering? Whom would I stop letting into my house or into my inner world, even if I have been used to letting them in for years? Which behaviors would I stop making excuses for when my body has been saying no to them for a very long time after 60? Every decision you make is no longer just about men, but about what voice will write the final chapters of your life.
I still don't know what I'll do tomorrow, but today, after hearing you for the first time, I can see that it might be possible to have no one next to me and still not be abandoned. I feel that I'm not broken, not too picky, I just don't want to pay the old price anymore. Thank you for putting into words what my body has been trying to tell me for so many years.
Her story is not the only one. All around the world, there are women sitting in quiet rooms, asking themselves the same question. Am I being too much, or am I for the first time trying to save myself? Today's video is just one small fragment in a much larger tapestry of stories. In the videos to come, we will meet other women with different circumstances, but one shared thread: they are learning to stop trading their peace for someone else's comfort or approval. If you recognize yourself in any part of this story, know that you are not alone. And even if no new man ever walks into your life in the years ahead, you are still whole, still worthy of love, right here in the life you are slowly, bravely rewriting from the inside out.